Hi, today is March 8th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 400 for the year, Hedge. 3 stories down from here, there's a little hedge in front of my building. I pass by it every day at least once or twice, unless I sleep over elsewhere or stay inside all day. I am extremely grateful for this little bit of vegetation. I can't see it from my window, but I know the hedge is there. And when I am in a hallucinatory or transcendent state, I can believe that the hedge knows that I am here, too. Poem number 401, Silent Treatment. Unlike yesterday's trees, the hedge has never said a word to me. Perhaps it is waiting for me to say something. Perhaps the next time I exit this building, I will say, "Hello, hedge," and the hedge will say, "Hello, Johnny, have a nice day." And then maybe when I come back, the hedge will say, "Welcome home, Johnny." That might be nice, but would it? If I asked how the hedge was doing, the hedge might tell me, and then the hedge might ask me about my day, and maybe I will just want to climb the stairs and enjoy the peace and tranquility of my abode. Maybe I won't want to get into it with the hedge. Maybe if I start in with the hedge, it will never stop. And the hedge is not like a person that I can cross the street to avoid. The hedge is always going to be right there, to my left when I exit, to my right when I return. Maybe the hedge gets me and knows that I don't want a hole to do every time I enter and exit. Maybe the hedge is just giving me space, or maybe it's not about me. Maybe it's the hedge. Maybe I don't want to talk to you, Johnny, the hedge might be thinking. Did you ever think of that? Or are you just too self-centered to think that it could ever have anything to do with anyone other than you? At first, it might seem surprising that the hedge could acquire sufficient information about me to form any kind of opinion about me at all when we haven't had a single conversation. But it's only surprising if you neglect to contemplate the vast and wondrous and nearly infinite wisdom of nature. Poem number 402, Birds in the Hedge. The little hedge 3 stories down from here is often full of birds. I often hear their chirps when I meditate, and I hear them now as I am writing this. The birds in the hedge mostly talk to each other. In fact, as I have noted before, when I enter or exit the building, the birds in the hedge get very quiet until I have cleared the area, as if they don't want me to hear what they are saying, or maybe they don't want me to know that they're there. There, I want to say to the birds in the hedge. There's no need to fear me. I know you're there, and I'm cool with it. I don't want to hassle you or the hedge at all, and I can't understand what you're saying. I don't understand bird. Bird is not a language that Duolingo offers, and even if it was, it would take me a long time because I only do a lesson or 2 on Duolingo most days. I've been taking French lessons on Duolingo for years, mais je ne parle toujours pas français. See? So you have nothing to worry about from me. The birds might well ask, how is it that I understand that the trees talk to me and the hedge doesn't? To which the obvious answers are, no, the birds might well ask how it is that I understand the trees that talk to me and the hedge that doesn't. To which the obvious answers are, the words the hedge speaks to me are imaginary, and the trees only talk to me in English. Poem number 403, Pastoral. When I first moved to this land, it struck me as pastoral, by which I mean that it is quiet and peaceful. The hedge has something to do with that perception. But also there's a large park 1 block west, and another more developed one less than a 10-minute walk east. When I first told people who knew me well that I had moved here, they were surprised. I told them, I love it here, it's pastoral. I guess they didn't think that that's what I would want. But I've wanted to live here since I was in my 20s and first visited this land, and now I am here, where it is pastoral, and I love it. Earlier today, it occurred to me to look up the word pastoral. I looked up hedge and vegetation, too. I am tired and not so sure of myself today. Pastoral has 2 meanings. One meaning is as a description of land used for the keeping or grazing of sheep or cattle. In that sense, it suggests a quiet and peaceful place. A pasture sounds peaceful, but I would imagine sheep or cattle would make more noise than what I often hear up here. So maybe that's not what I meant. The other definition concerns spiritual guidance. I don't think that's what I had in mind by describing this land as pastoral, but when I listen to some, but not most, of the trees, and when I listen to the hedge that so far hasn't said a word to me, I feel as though I am giving myself over to some sort of spiritual guidance. I'm not talking about the way to salvation, but I don't think it's the psychopathology of everyday life. Maybe it's just a bunch of mystical shit, but I'd like to think it's more and less than that. Poem number 404, this is the last one for the day, Photobomb. Maybe the hedge is right about me being self-centered, and I don't mean because after 8 months I still have not said so much as a hi, how are you to the hedge. I mean because I was just outside and decided to take pictures of the hedge, and the picture that I have chosen to show is the only one with me in it too. The shadow of me in the lower left is like I photobombed my own picture of the hedge. I could say that I liked the way the shadow of the branches of the tree seemed to be embracing the hedge, but I'm sure the hedge knows that that is not the reason I chose that picture, and if the hedge doesn't know, then I am sure the tree will tell the hedge, if the tree has not done so already. If the tree has not already done so already is actually how I wrote it, which I prefer. And if the hedge doesn't know, then I am sure the tree will tell the hedge, if the tree has not already done so already. That's how it's supposed to go. All right. Thank you. And, yeah, probably tomorrow, so far so good. It's been a couple of months. I'm having fun. Hope you are too. Thank you. I appreciate you.